Hey guys, Grassman here, playing more Magic Survival. Today we're gonna get 50 minutes on Outskirts. Probably. We're at 29 minutes. Didn't we end at like 35 or something last time? Oh, 57. I'm the right level. I could have sworn we were at more time. It's weird. Maybe we weren't. I guess we're about to hit 30 minutes then. If we're only now about to hit 30 minutes. What are the artifacts? Okay. If we're only now about to hit 30 minutes, we can't hit 50 minutes in time. We could hit 40 minutes this episode, but we can't hit 30. Or 50. Could have sworn we were further in, though. Strange. Oh well. Over half an hour now. It's a bit loud, isn't it? Yeah. So mainly it's just survival we're doing now. There are still a couple things we're going to try and upgrade. If we can manage. Close to another level now. So there was no video like yesterday, really. I should tell you why. So I went and started playing Fortnite. I ended up playing creative for like a couple hours. Because there's that one challenge that's like revive 20 teammates in that one game. But in that one game, people kind of just die immediately, and you don't really get a chance to revive people. So reviving 20 was kind of hard, but I managed to do it. There was one point where we were just kind of like constantly storming the enemies. So they would knock one of our guys down, we would just bring them under the stairs, and then we kill them. So I was able to hit my thing. Then, on the other TV, we got like two PlayStations and hooked up to two different TVs right next to each other, so we can play like games with each other. She loaded up Dungeons 2, and we decided to play together. So we're gonna verse each other in Dungeons 2. I was gonna be demons because we done it once before, and she was demons, I was horde, and I won because I was either I won or I think it ended in a draw. It ended in a draw because both our dungeons were just too OP with like traps and stuff. We couldn't get into each other. This time first thing we played different was points. We played a points match instead of a death match. Or maybe that's what it is. Yeah, like death match instead of destruction or something. So we didn't have to destroy each other's dungeons. It was just a point things in the overworld for captured areas. Which works much better because the traps can just be made way too OP. And then you can't, not really anything you can do. So, yes, we played the different mode. I was demons. I initially started off really bad because I totally forgot to start upgrading my guys. I hadn't played it. She played like through the campaign of Dungeons 2. I didn't. So I didn't know how Dungeons 2 worked very well. I only had a little bit of experience from the prior time. I was able to pick it up fairly well. I did end up almost losing. So a funny thing happened. She took the overworld and I couldn't do anything about it. And I ended up like immediately behind because I tried to take a point right off the beginning, but all my guys just died to the AIs. So I ended up behind fairly fast. So she took all the points, and then it was only going to take her like 10 minutes to win. So I only had 10 minutes to do something. Once she was close to winning, I went out and I figured if she's got guys guarding all the points, she was guarding the closest point. But if she has guys guarding all the points, I'm screwed. If she's only got them guarding that one, I can get the other 4 and slow her down. I did that and she didn't notice. So I had the 4 and I was slowing her down. Then once she was at like 1940 out of 2,000 points, I had upgraded my guys there so they were stronger by then. And I figured, okay, I gotta go rush her now. And I rushed her guys and I won and I took a point. And I just waited out. And I ended up winning because she didn't even notice I lost her stuff. And she thought points came from upgrading the underground stuff too. So then we played another round, and we were just both Horde that time. And that time I did win. I almost won for another reason. So things went normal. I started upgrading immediately. We both kind of screwed up, and we totally forgot to get the creature that allows us to do mana production, which is what allows us to have more creatures and more increase our max capacity for creatures. So we both screwed up fairly fast. We were able to fix it though. We were both able to come back, and we started fighting for the overworld. I was generally winning, and especially earlier on, it was kind of more even. And I was putting out less amounts of guys, so I could have my cave trolls keep upgrading my guys. So I just kept upgrading things, kept on upgrading. Eventually I ran out of gold, and then I screwed up there. So I mined out, found 2 infinite gold veins, kept mining. I just kept upgrading my guys as strong as I could. And then I only evolved 2 of them. You can evolve guys in that to make them into stronger forms. But the stronger forms also take up more population points. So you can get another guy, or you can get a stronger version of the guy. And the stronger ones are much better. So I got a couple of stronger ones, and my normal guys even were just much stronger, because I had all just the general upgrades for them from the one thing. So my guys were just super strong. And so I actually walked through her dungeon, almost completely took it, and I could have had I not let her live. There were 2 guys that were just attacking her hard. I just walked them all the way through, completely ignored her trapped chests via a kind of funny glitch you can do. If you just keep telling them to attack somewhere, they'll ignore the chests and stuff. So I had my 2 healthiest guys. One took almost no damage and could regenerate, and the other one could also regenerate and took very little damage, and he just had tons of health. And they were both the evolved versions. One was an Ironhide troll, and one was a an Ironhide orc. And a super troll. Not a rock throwing one, but just general super troll. Whatever the other evolution of trolls is. And they almost destroyed her. The one died, and the Ironhide was left alive. The troll died, and the Ironhide was left alive. And then I was gonna make him not kill the dungeon heart. I was gonna make him not kill the dungeon heart, and then I was just letting him weaken it. And then I saw one hit, and it's it hits, and then it's just completely black, and there's no health left, and I'm like, okay, pull off, pull off, pull off. And she wasn't quite dead, she had barely any health left, and it didn't regenerate either, so she was kind of she had no health, any hit could have ended her. So I pulled off, and I just walked around the dungeon until I died. And I did end up winning the normal way. With the points. I definitely could have taken her dungeon, though. Which I don't know if... I guess that probably would have won if I was the only one left. Okay, we're nearing 30 minutes. That's what I was doing, all last night. And then right at the end, before I won, I tried to push into her dungeon to take it. But she was just too strong at that point, so I did have to win the normal way. And then right at the end, I also tried to gather all my creatures for a photo op. In the heart, and I'll summon the Absolute Evil with the one spell in my own dungeon. And I couldn't pick them all up fast enough. So I was, trying to drop them, and then just, drop them, cast the spell, quickly. It wouldn't let me drop them, because the Wi-Fi had crashed. So right before I won, I left, I lost connection. I looked on her screen, because they're just sitting right next to each other. So I looked on her screen, and it said defeat on her screen. So that means I did win. And then it immediately said Grassman's left the game. So I was like, whew, good thing that didn't happen any sooner. Okay, we're now nearing 40 minutes. A couple minutes away. I kind of dangerously close to death. I could use some healing. I think I've got enough, like, natural healing to overcome the radiation, just barely. What are my artifacts? None of these do, so it's minus 0.1 per second. Abilities, I think I have some of the regeneration ones, though. Yeah, HP recovery per second, 0.1. So those just negate each other. And I don't have, like, biomana or anything on. I should probably get, like, at least one biomana when I go into a game. I'm weakened. There we go. Remember, I've got the reactor on, so the more shield I have, the stronger I am. The more damage I do. It's 8% per shield. I've also got a couple of vitality things, so the extra hearts can help as well. There we go, I'm back up to half health. Yes, the heart things do quite a bit. Okay, and 15 seconds away. And then I watch the end of Now You See Me. There's 40 minutes. 10 more minutes. I don't think we're gonna... Nah, I don't think we're gonna be able to hit it this time. I'll go for like another 3 minutes, and this will only be 15 minutes. And then the next one we're gonna have to do next time. We're gonna have to finish it next time. I'll probably do another level 1 Clash Royale later. I'm really liking the level 1 Clash Royale. It's a fun challenge. It is starting to get harder, and it's going... The other thing is it's gonna force me to get better at the game. Intelligence. That's a level 4 intelligence, nice. Plus 40% attack. It's gonna force me to get better at the game, because I'm... Oh my god, it's just so thick down there. Because I'm definitely, like... I'm like... No, not really, like... I'm not great at, like... How do I say this? I've got a good deck, but I'm not great at actually, like, knowing how to, like, use other cards to clutch a win, you know? I think it's, called macro. There's micro and macro. Micro is, like, all the small interactions. How does this interact? How does that interact? What happens with these cards? How do they work? What's gonna happen? Macro is knowing how to, like, do things like build a deck. How to actually play the cards. So, I need to get better at, like, knowing how to, like, play the cards, and, like, if I'm in a bad situation, how do I maybe use a worse deck to still win? And then how do I make a better deck? And then another bit of it's just going to be, like, another bit is, like, learning the opponent decks and continuing work on memorizing cards. Practicing memorizing the cycle. What does he have in his hand? What's coming up in his hand? How much elixir does he have? So there's the knowing opponent feature. And then there's, like, the based on what cards he has, what deck could he have? And then there's just knowing how to play different decks, and that's just more gonna come with time of, I still need to upgrade my cards. I calculated, like, the other day. I'm like 140 million gold short, or something, of having all my cards maxed. So it's still gonna take a long time to get those there. Even just getting them to 12, I'm like a million a bit short. Or it might have been 40 million or something. Or 14 million. Some 4 Something with 4 million. 4 million might be, I think it might have been 14 million, maybe. Yeah, it's probably 14 million. 140 is, like, way too high. But still, like, 14 million is a lot. And it's gonna be, like, 1.4, it's gonna be, like, I think 2 or 3 million of that is just to get everything to 12. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, no. Not now. Come on. I've lost all my attack because I lost the shield. I need to find a heal thing. Okay, well, the shield's back at least. Come on, go yellow. There it is. Now my attack's back. And I've immediately lost part of it again. I need to, like, heal up. I don't want to, like, start the next one like this. I'll go Fireball. Cooldown. Okay, there's a healing. There we go. Okay, in a slightly better position now. Not a good position, but a better position. Okay, this is where I'll end it. 64,774 kills, jeez. Okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna finish this next time. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Wish me luck.